The Supreme Court has really sent out a notice asking all states to really give their opinion as far as legalizing passive euthanasia is concerned. That is the big story we are tracking at this point of time. Let's hear out Prashant Bhushan on the same.
See, today the issue of the validity of what is called a living will and related to that the issue of euthanasia was heard by a constitution bench of the Supreme Court, and they have now referred or issued notice to all the states to respond to this issue. The issue is whether a person who has been afflicted by an illness by which he has been rendered unconscious and there is no hope according to the medical opinion of his revival, he is suffering from a terminal illness or is in a permanent vegetative state, whether he has a right to give an advanced directive or leave a will that he should not be kept alive by ventilators or by artificial means, and whether the doctors and other people are bound to follow his wishes. Related to that is also the question of euthanasia, that if he has not expressed any such will, whether his near relatives etc. Can direct the hospital and the doctors to withdraw his life support systems in this kind of situation. This issue of passive euthanasia was considered by the Supreme Court in Aruna Shanbag's case a few years ago, and a division bench, a two-judge bench of the Supreme Court had held that passive euthanasia is perfectly legal, which means that, like Aruna Shanbag, who was in a permanent vegetative state, that her next of kin or her guardians had the right to direct the hospital and the doctors to withdraw life support systems.
We've got Meenakshi who's joining us on this story. Meenakshi, yet again this debate is back on the table, but with the centre still very vehemently opposing euthanasia and the right to die with dignity. It's not going to be smooth sailing even with the states involved now.
Absolutely, and isn't it surprising that on an earlier occasion we had seen the then government in power, the UPA government, really express its stand before the Supreme Court, where we had seen the UPA government come out and oppose such a move. And now with this government in power, we have seen the top legal officers of the government, including the Attorney General and the Solicitor General, making an appearance before the Constitution bench and clearly stating that such a move would not be advisable this point in time, because it could give rise to further complications, and it could somehow that involves a lot of social and moralist issues which are involved in this whole complex debate, and therefore the government perhaps this point in time is not comfortable taking those debates head on. At the same time, the government has submitted before the top court that this concept would be almost akin to aided suicide, and therefore it would not be very encouraging of such a issue. On the other hand, we have also had the chance to speak with eminent jurists like KTS Tulsi and a few others who go on to debate that this is the need of the hour, because a person is entitled to a life of dignity under the Constitution, and if a person is advancing towards such a state that his future course of life would be of a vegetative state, then the right and the decision should really rest in his hands whether or not he or she chooses to end their life in a dignified manner. So a larger complex debate which the Supreme Court is now looking to adjudicate upon. The court went ahead and appointed amicus curiae senior counsel T.R. Arjun. But what is very interesting is this decision of the Supreme Court, which comprises 5 judges, the Constitution bench will be...
Meenakshi, just a minute. I'm going to come back to you and continue that, but the reactions that you were mentioning, let's just hear out some of those expert voices.
I believe that every Indian has a right to live the way he wants, which also includes the right to decide when to die, how to die. It is sad that the religious faith is sought to be imposed on people who are in a condition where they can think about nothing about religion at all. They can only feel the pain and perhaps nothing else. A vegetative state, you can't recognize anyone. There's no point in living And while you are in your own senses, one should be able to decide that how do I want to end my life? Or how is it that the law can do nothing about it if you commit suicide? But you do not have the right to decide that if you are incapacitated mentally or physically, you would like to end your life without pain and without losing your dignity.
I, as an individual, as an activist, I am for this. Worldwide, there is a big discussion going on. Some countries have accepted this. Many countries have rejected it. I hope after a debate, whether in Parliament or outside, because this cannot just be confined to Parliament, there has to be a national debate because it concerns everyone. So after that national debate, for legislation, of course, Parliament is important.